The Jedi were still human. They still felt pain, doubt, and frustration. And sometimes those emotions grew stronger than the lessons they had been taught. One of the earliest and most powerful examples of this fall is the story of Count Dooku. Before he became one of the most feared Sith Lords in the galaxy, Count Dooku was a respected Jedi Master. He was intelligent, disciplined, and widely admired within the Order. Many Jedi believed he would one day become one of the greatest leaders the Order had ever seen. But Dooku began to lose faith in the Jedi Council. As he traveled across the galaxy, he witnessed corruption within the Republic, entire worlds suffering while politicians debated endlessly without solving the problems around them. To Dooku, it began to feel like the Jedi had become servants of a broken system rather than protectors of the people. Over time, that frustration turned into anger. Dooku believed the galaxy needed stronger leadership. He believed the Jedi had grown weak by tying themselves too closely to the Republic's political structure. When the Sith Lord Darth Sidious approached him with a different vision of power, Dooku listened. Slowly, the respected Jedi Master became Darth Tyrannus, abandoning the Jedi Order and helping to create the separatist movement that would ignite the Clone Wars. Because the most famous Jedi to ever embrace the dark side would change the galaxy forever. His name was Anakin Skywalker. From the moment he was discovered on Tatooine, the Jedi believed Anakin was special. Some even believed he was the chosen one, a figure destined to bring balance to the Force. Anakin's natural talent with the Force was extraordinary. Even as a young Padawan, his abilities surpassed many experienced Jedi. He was brave, determined, and fiercely loyal to the people he cared about. But Anakin struggled with something the Jedi Order often tried to suppress: emotion. He loved deeply, and he feared losing those he loved. And those fears slowly grew stronger over time. The Jedi teachings warned that fear was the path to the dark side. Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader, one of the most powerful Sith Lords to ever exist. His fall destroyed the Jedi Order, helped establish the Galactic Empire, and plunged the galaxy into decades of darkness. But the tragedy of Anakin's fall also revealed something important. Even the most powerful Jedi could be vulnerable. The dark side did not care about skill or training. It cared about weakness. And sometimes that weakness came from the very emotions that made someone human. But Anakin and Dooku were not the only Jedi who struggled with that temptation. Another powerful Jedi walked dangerously close to the dark side during the final years of the Republic. This Jedi was Barriss Offee. Barriss Offee was once known as a calm and thoughtful Jedi Knight. She had fought alongside the Republic during the Clone Wars and was considered a dedicated servant of the Jedi Order. But the war began to change her perspective. Barriss watched as the Jedi became generals in a massive galactic conflict. She saw how the Order had shifted from peacekeepers into military leaders directing armies of clone soldiers. To Barriss, this transformation felt like a betrayal of the Jedi's original purpose. She began to believe the Jedi had lost their way. That belief slowly grew into something darker. Barriss convinced herself that shocking the galaxy might force the Jedi to see their mistakes. She planned a devastating bombing inside the Jedi Temple itself, hoping the attack would expose what she believed was the Order's hypocrisy. One of the most dangerous examples of this belief was Pong Krell. At first glance, Pong Krell looked like the perfect Jedi general. Towering in size, incredibly skilled with a lightsaber, and possessing immense confidence in his abilities, he commanded Republic clone troopers during the Clone Wars. But Krell's view of the war was very different from that of other Jedi. He believed the Republic was destined to lose. Through visions of the future, Krell became convinced that the Sith would eventually rise to power, and instead of resisting that outcome, he decided to embrace it. Krell believed that if he proved himself powerful enough, the Sith would accept him as an ally. That belief twisted his actions completely. The fall of Pong Krell revealed another terrifying truth about the dark side. Sometimes the temptation is not power, sometimes it is survival. But Krell was not the only Jedi who lost faith in the Order. Another tragic fall came from a Jedi who had once been considered one of the Order's most brilliant minds. His name was Prosset Dibs. Before his fall, Prosset Dibs was known as a skilled Jedi Master and a thoughtful strategist. He had served the Republic during the early years of the Clone Wars and was respected by many members of the Order. But the war began to weigh heavily on him. The endless battles and growing political corruption convinced him that the Jedi Order had lost its purpose. That belief turned into anger, and that anger eventually led him to attempt something unthinkable. Prosset attempted to assassinate Chancellor Palpatine. He believed removing the Chancellor would force the Republic to end the war and allow the galaxy to rebuild. A Jedi named Ahsoka Tano. Now, unlike the others we have discussed, Ahsoka Tano did not truly fall to the dark side, but she came dangerously close to it. During the final years of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka was falsely accused of a bombing inside the Jedi Temple. The Order she had trusted for years suddenly turned against her, expelling her and leaving her to face the accusations alone. Even Anakin struggled to defend her. When the truth was finally revealed and Ahsoka was proven innocent, the Jedi Council offered her a chance to return to the Order. But something had changed. Ahsoka realized the Order she once believed in had failed her.